Well, proud of my alma mater the first half. Very disappointed with my team the first half. But I probably have to blame me. I keep doing this. I think I've done it, Jack, since the first year I coached. I try to do that substitution pattern to make sure I get everybody in the game and get everybody a chance to play. And we had a 9 or 11-0 lead, and we're playing pretty well. And then that second group went in there with those three freshmen, a transfer, and Schilling, and it looked a little bit like Bad News Bears there for a while. We just kind of put our head down, dribbled the ball. We didn't pass the ball. We didn't move the ball. We didn't guard anybody. And give Northern credit. They made some great plays, and a couple guys hit a couple shots, and all of a sudden they hit 3 threes out of 4. And, and then we kind of regrouped at halftime and talked about it, subbed a little different the second half, and we played better, and they didn't play as well the second half. I thought we got our rebounding back and we got our break going, but we got a lot of work to do. You can see at times we can make shots, but I thought we settled for threes sometimes. I thought we turned the ball over too much first half, but only ended up with 11, so we only had 3 the second half. Rebounded a little better. It was nice that Denzel, I didn't mean to rub it in, but when a guy's that close to getting something special, and we had talked about it this morning, that he's got to look more at being the overall guy. And I thought you look at his stats, he's 6 for 13 and with 10 rebounds and 10 assists with only 2 turnovers, and 1 was a foolish one. I thought that was a great start for him, and Forbes really started getting in the groove the second half. So we got some work to do with Harris. I remember what I told you the first day. I said shooters are notorious non-defenders. It's like a right. I mean, they're born if they could shoot. I guess they don't guard anybody, and we had that problem early and came back a little bit, and hopefully, we got to get that ball moving now. Day would not have been proud of us today the way I thought we dribbled it. But all in all, I thought Northern played pretty well the first half, so I don't want to take anything away from them. And I think when the kid got hurt the second half, that hurt them a little bit. They're not real big, which, won't be bad in their league, is a little worse against us. But that was a tough matchup for us, too, because we had centers guarding guards, and a couple times they went around us like water through a tin horn, and that wasn't very good. So all in all, I got something out of it. I think they got something out of it, and we move forward. Questions?
Tom, can you talk about Deonta Davis gives you, or what he can give, what you're hoping he gives you? And he showed a bit of an edge a little bit there that surprised me a little bit. Have you seen that?
Me too. That surprised me too, and I didn't even talk about Deonta. But Dede, I thought, was as solid and maybe consistent as most guys we had. He was blocking shots. He played with a little emotion, a little excitement. I don't know where that came from, but I'm going to bottle it and use it. And I don't know what his final stats were as I'm looking here, but 5 for 7, 2 for 3 from the line, 12 points, 1 turnover, decent job defensively. I thought Dede played pretty well. McQuaid didn't play bad for a freshman, and neither did Kyle, but Dede was definitely the star of that class and showed you that he can block shots, he can get the ball in the post, he can pass the ball, he rebounded pretty well. But he's still, a little weak, and that's what we're going to continue to work on. But I was pleased with his performance.
Wondering about Javon Best tonight, Tom. Is that sort of the player you thought you would have last year as a freshman?
Yeah, he gets 9 rebounds, and he was pretty active, and he gets 11 points. He is shooting the ball better. I didn't think he guarded as well. We did not guard as well as a team. But that's a hard team to guard. They got 3 guys that can really penetrate. And so we need a little more work on that. And, and I think Javon will be able to do what he did tonight. I think he'll be able to it'll actually help him yet. He's still not 100% back laterally. And so guarding a guard instead of maybe guarding a normal 4-man is a little harder on him tonight. And there was a couple times that hurt him, but another good experience guarding a team like Northern for him, And I think, the job Bill did with his guys was good. They spread the court better than we spread the court. He's going to be a good coach there. I'm really excited about, my alma mater's chances to get back to the golden era.
Tom, Deontay, when the ref told him to calm down and not be so emotional, I didn't get to see your reaction until it was late. But, I mean, if I had told you 2 days ago that he was going to get reprimanded by the official, you would have told me I was crazy. But your thoughts, I mean, to see that come out of him, it's something you've begged and plotted for to get it this early.
That would have been one technical welcomed. And I don't want to tell Deontay that, but, I mean, it really would have been. But, he's got to learn. He's got to learn. But at least he showed some emotion and even talked a couple times in the huddle. So we're making progress here. And he's actually – that was a good start for him. I think you can see where he can cover some ground. He's long. He can do some things that we haven't had a guy be able to do in quite a while. And to think that he did some things tonight that even an AP didn't do to his junior year or something, I think that's going to be a good start for him. Yeah, we got one here.
Real quick over here.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, Tom. Yesterday you described Forbes as one of your two definitive starters. I think we probably saw why tonight. No hesitation in really anything he did. Can you just talk about the leap he's made?
Well, confidence is a killer, and when you're better physically able to deal with things, I think that gives you some confidence. It's like how you are yourself. The reason there's mirrors in the weight rooms. So you look at yourself and feel good about yourself. And I think he definitely feels better, a little heavier, a little stronger. I said first press day, it's nice to see arms instead of noodles out of them shoulders. And he's done a heck of a job. And he's a fun kid to coach. Frustrating at times because you always want him to play harder, a little better defense. But he has come a long ways. I'd say that's a very true statement. And those two together, Zell has the ability to see over things and just find him. And he's one of those guys that runs to the three-point line. And I think it'll start opening stuff up in the middle, too, because they're going to have to cover him a little bit better, and that is going to help our inside guys. We still have a couple issues with passing the ball. We got to find another guard that can make a few passes. I didn't think we did a good job of that. But all in all, I thought, the Brins, the Zells, Deontay, and other bigs weren't bad. It just we got work to do. But I'm telling you, it's been a bizarre time since summer. And this game will really help us getting some film, looking at it, being able to break it down. We've been playing against each other for what seems like an eternity. And I think this will be good for us. And from what I hear, Ferris is was an NCAA team last year, I think, and so that'll be a step forward, and it'll be better, and so the progression of this could be perfect for us.
Tom, your lineup to start the second half, what did that group give you, and how much can Schilling and Costello play together realistically this year?
Well, they played together pretty well over in Europe. Sometimes it depends on the other team's lineup, but this was not a good lineup for those two to play together. But I was amazed. I thought Schilling guarded who was hurting us, Perez. I thought Schilling guarded him better than some of our guards guarded him. Schilling can move his feet. He can do some things. He just sometimes clubs people. He'd have been a good caveman guy. He just kind of carries that club and goes around and clubs people. And then he looks at the official. My God, I could have called a couple of those. And that's what he's got to work on. But as far as his feet and moving his feet and doing the things he can do, he covers ball screens not better than anybody on our team. He covers ball screens better than most guys anywhere. He's very good at it. He's quick. He's strong. And, I think he, too, needs some confidence a little bit. He needs to realize sometimes he plays too fast. McQuaid and Kyle did that a little bit tonight at times. Aaron definitely did that. But understand, too, Aaron hasn't played in a year and a half. And so, you get out there in front of people for the first time and, there were scoring things lighting up in his eyes. So he'll get better. I thought his improvement in the second half was good.
Tom, comment on Tom. A lot more aggressive offensively.
Yeah, and then he doesn't shoot that one. He's worked on his shooting. He's been in here at 6:30 in the morning every day, and you know, I told him the home crowd doesn't try to trick you. It's the opposers. When they say 3, 2, 1, know that it's 3, 2, 1. And he goes, "What do you mean?" And I said, 3, 2, 1, shoot the ball, And so Tom, he's making those shots too. So I have no problem with that. But he has been a little more aggressive. He still can guard anybody. Right now, with him, Zell, and Bryn, we're very solid there. As Matt and Aaron, come on, I think we're going to have 5, 6 guys that we're going to be able to rotate in there, and that's going to be good, And remember, we still got Kenny and Marv out, and so that makes that 4 spot a little bit dicey right now. But Kobe's played well. Kobe's done a good job. So somebody's not going to play, so it's going to be interesting. Competition's going to be fun, It's going to be see who earns their spot.
Tom, you had 17 assists and 19 baskets in the second half, all but 2. You had 9 guys with assists. Is Zell's unselfishness contagious sometimes?
Well, I think it is, and I was really happy to see. I brought Zell in this morning. He was walking around. I said, "Come on in my office. I wanted to talk to him about, I know it's your senior year, and you've put in so much time this summer, and but try to prove that you're a complete player tonight." And I think he did that. He did not hunt shots. In fact, I thought he missed a couple of good shots for him. He found people. He, for the most part, made it simple. Once in a while, it's like a twitch. He's got to do something a little fancier. But I thought very simple, basic. And Bryn, I can see why Bryn liked him in high school. And those passes are right there. But and then going in there and rebounding like he did, playing 2 positions isn't easy. He played the point and the 2 and 3, so 3 positions. But, Denzel Valentine's got a chance to be, I think, a great player. He's a Draymond-ish-like player. He plays with his head. He plays with his heart. Winning is important. Michigan State's important. All the things that you want out of a guy, he brings. And if he lets the game come to him, man, he's got a chance to be really, really good this year.
Tom, going back to last week a little bit when you mentioned this year's depth in the shooting to the 05 team, just kind of curious what specifically, when you're looking at both teams and you're saying, okay, this is like the 05 team besides the shooting. I mean, is there a guy that you feel is a Shannon? Is there a guy that you feel is a Mo?
Well, it could be Aaron. I said Aaron's got to learn to play with the lights on now. Last year the lights were off, and he will. I mean, and we were hard on him tonight because he's got to realize that, where he was, he scored a lot of points, but they didn't get to the tournament. Winning is still the most important thing, and as a lot of NBA guys told me, it's easy to score a lot of points on bad teams. It's harder to score a decent amount of points on very good teams. And I thought the second half he adjusted, pretty well. And I'm not sure what I would have done if I sat out a year and a half and came back. And the first 2 times he got the ball, I think he put his head down. D'Antonio would have loved to have him, as a fullback, maybe even though a little skinny. But just put his head down, and I said, "What are you doing?" And we didn't do a very good job of moving the ball, and that was part of the reason. But I think he's going to come on to be in that Shannon and Maurice mold, and I think Zell can do a lot of things like an Allen Anderson could do. So there's some similarities. We have some depth, but some of that depth is freshman depth. And we're going to have to see how that works out. But I didn't think McQuaid or Kyle looked out of place, but it's easier to look in place against a Division II team than it's going to be in 2 weeks against Kansas, But got to take baby steps, and that's what we're taking right now.
Coach, just one more note on Deontay. I saw his final high school game for Muskegon, and the maturation, the development of him over this past summer is just something to behold. Can you take us through what Coach Stevens worked with him on and the tangible things you saw with him throughout the summer?
Well, number one, we had to gain him some weight, and he's gained some. He's actually lost, though, about 7-8 pounds, I don't think he was used to the rigorous going up and down that he's had to. He came in and we got him up to, I think, 242 or 3, and he's down to about 235 or 6. But I'd like to get him back up to 240. But keep in mind, as I said earlier, Adrian Payne was 215 when he came. So Deontay's got very good legs, he's got Tarzan legs and Jane upper body right now. We gotta get that a little bit. No, that's not a sexist statement. I just being factual. And we're gonna get him better at that. But what I love about Deontay is, I saw film of that last game. We were on the road and he looked awful. He didn't play very hard. He didn't, do the things. And he's got a very, very good high school coach, in my opinion. And he did a great job with him. But Deontay still, his motor isn't always running, Sometimes it's on idle. And so I'd say that's the biggest thing that DJ's lived in his hind quarter for a while now. And we'll probably live in it most of the year. But you can see where this kid's got a chance. I mean, he's got a great jump hook. He can shoot the ball, a little flat at times, but getting better at that. He handles great outlet, great passer. That's part of his game you haven't really seen yet. I didn't realize how good he was at it. So I think, he's going to grow. And playing against Gavin and Matt, and Matt has really done a great job in trying to tutor him along with DJ and Mike. And so, what we're doing now is trying to speed that process up, and Deontay's got a chance.
Tom, last year you told us many times, boy, Bren's looking good in practice, and maybe you didn't see the transition. All off season, there had to be a party because you were telling us how good he looked. But to see the way he played tonight after expectations, how special was it to you personally because of your relationship?
Well, it is special because I think what Bren did is, and he'll have his moments still, but he showed some confidence. He missed a couple shots, didn't quit shooting. He missed one, kicked back out to him. He looked as confident taking the next one. He's always ready to shoot, but he doesn't really force a lot of shots. He's working on his defense. Like I said, it's just, I don't know, maybe we got to get it passed in Congress. Those shooters, they don't like the guard that well, and we're working on it. He's getting better at it, and I think he will get better at it because it matters to him. And right now for him and Zell, I mean, I kind of looked over at Carleton one time late, and I was thinking to myself, I wonder why you won 2 state championships. But no, I was thinking how lucky he was because they're both good kids, and they're both, good guys. They're both guys that spend a lot of time in the gym, and they are both coachable. I mean, you can ride them, you can get on them, you can pat them on the back, you can do a lot of things with them, and they respond for the most part. But I'm proud of the way they work this summer. It's nice to see that be rewarded. You didn't see that with Costello and Schilling as much tonight. Those guys have played very well in practice lately. Costello played very well over in Europe, but I think part of it is, the groups that we had different guys playing with, and we didn't see the ball much in that first half when we had those guards putting their head down and going for first downs instead of trying to make other people better.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Appreciate it.